What's going on? What's going on? Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Another early live stream. So my live streams in the morning have been doing good, better than they were like a month ago or so, which is interesting. My morning live streams were not doing good when we were in the green in September and October, but when we're below that 50-week moving average and we're descending into the crypto winter, we seem to be doing good in the morning. So anyway, so today's a big day. Today is a very big day. I thought it was funny that they actually caught Jerome Powell's face like this, which is strange. I'm sure it's not AI, but interesting. But we are probably going to get that rate cut today, and it's at an 85% chance of a rate cut. I also put in a poll for the first time in the chat. Will we break above the 50-week moving average this month? Which is interesting. We'll see what happens. But as this article says, there's no guarantee that the Fed's cuts will lower the rates. The Fed cuts will lower the rates that will matter. So the Fed's cuts will lower the rates that will matter. So we'll be like, we need more than like 50 basis points of a cut. That's what they're saying. And they go on to explain about the bond market and the rates, and the Fed. It says the Fed is out of alignment. It goes back to this whole too late Powell thing that's going on. We should have been cutting rates a while ago, or at least now we should be cutting them more. But there's still a chance that we're not going to get an interest rate cut right today, which would be crazy. Expect a really, really big crash in the crypto market, at least, and the stock market and everything. I think if we don't, so it was only up to 86% as opposed to 85 yesterday, right? Well, it was 83. But yeah, it would be really crazy if we don't get that rate cut. But it's almost like they seem to want to crash the economy. But the way things are going, on one hand, you think, Powell doesn't want to leave his role behind with the out of control inflation, and he's doing this. But it's almost like what's happening is like they're going to purposely crash the economy, and they're trying to do it as if there's some sort of a plan among everybody. As if there's no bad blood or feud between Trump and Powell, and it's like, let's do the worst thing possible so we can crash the economy, get it over with, and then pump the market full of liquidity and just skyrocket. As it like we did in 2020 after COVID. So I'll say, what's going on? What's going on? Good morning, everybody, or at least everybody in the Western Hemisphere, right? Never mind my autocorrecting fat fingers. What? I didn't say. What did you just? You wrote? Did you? I don't know what that means. You wrote a comment and then deleted it or something? I don't know. Anyway, what's up? So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're gonna see what happens. But my big question is, obviously not this week. If we get a 25 basis point cut, I really, really do not think we're going to pump at all, or maybe a little bit, maybe, and definitely not enough to get above the 50-week moving average or even close to it. Unless we get a 50 basis point cut. If we get the 50 basis point cut, we're flying. We're going to just break all the way above the 50-week moving average, and we're going to teach those 4-year cycle zombies a lesson. And they're going to be like, oh, I shouldn't have sold. I shouldn't have sold at a loss. Oh man, what idiots. But we'll see who has the last laugh, because we could be in this predicament right now where we're below the 50-week moving average for a few months. We'll see. The good news is we don't have those new market participants buying in at a euphoria phase, because there was no euphoria phase, and they're not selling at a loss because they bought at a top, over the next 12 months. So it's not going to be a crypto winter. It's just a matter of when these 4-year cycle zombies are out of steam and they just want to stop selling. Or we get some really, really good news that just instantly break us above the 50-week moving average. Because I think that as soon as we get above the 50-week moving average and stay there for a week, then we're just going to go up. Probably, probably going to go at least like 108 or something. We'll see. See how far we can go. And if we do that, of course, the alts are going to pump, and we're going to be pumping. And it would be pumping like Pippen. Pippen, one of my favorite plays. This keeps on, what time is the Fed decision is at 2 p.m. Right, so yeah, it's not at 10 a.m. like yesterday with the jobs report during my live stream. But yeah, it's at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. Sentiment, bullish sentiment. I was looking at Casper as number one. So yeah. But yeah, I was opening up to Pippen be pimping, making new all-time highs throughout the day yesterday after my morning live stream, and throughout the night we're getting notifications in my community about a new all-time high just breaking through, man. Oh my God, Pippen is ripping in the latest wave of here, I'll show you guys. I want to show you guys in the latest wave of centralized exchanges from Pippen, right? Craziness with Pippen. So here we go. Pippen be pimpin'. Go to Discord. Aha, there we go. So this happened after the live stream yesterday, right? I know I'm describing how it's crazy with Pippen because their X profile, their Twitter profile went dead in August, like abruptly dead. And yet it's pumping, and they beat its all-time high from January, which was just yesterday. And they've been pumping like crazy the last 3 weeks during this bear market, right? During this time period where everything is down. And suddenly, right, you could see starting in August. So, I mean, not necessarily starting, but they've been getting centralized exchanges like nonstop, right? So they went dead at their X profile in August, but they continued to get centralized exchanges. And I guess they didn't get any in September and October, but they started getting them in November and December. And then spam, like right here, 4 different centralized exchanges in the same day again. And then they reach an all-time high. So yeah. And then my bags are pumping, and so are the bags of some of my community members that were lucky enough to get in. It is a long-term play. It is totally a long-term play of mine. I mean, I can say, long-term play, like I didn't buy in recently. I bought like at the beginning of the year. So I've been swing trading it this whole time. And yeah, I mean, it has been like a really awesome ride with Pippen, man. Oh my God. So hold on, let me switch back to all this. Let me switch back over to my. Yeah. Casper Maxey from Ireland. What's going on? What's your opinion on that? Oh yeah. Yeah, they're still in it. As far as I know, they're still in it. The Curiosity 20s, they had their time, and they're probably going to have their time again, just probably not anytime soon, right? If we get a cycle top in like 2027, that's when we'll probably be flying again with the KSC 20 tokens. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked into them recently, but I think the ones in it for the long haul who are staying with it are, Nacho, Casper, Caspi, Conan, Kango, Croak, of course, and last but not least, right, Croak. I don't know if there's a couple others, but yeah, I think in the long run, they're going to do good, but just not now. I don't think we can expect much of them. I don't think we can expect much from any meme coin, like every meme coin, no matter what network they're on, if they're Base or KRC20 or they're, Solana or whatever, but except for Pippen, Pippen be ripping. Pippen, yeah. I mean, Pippen is just an outlier. It's like crazy. It's like a meme coin of all coins imaginable. A meme coin is like pumping during this time period when everybody thinks we're descending into a crypto winter. What's going on? Good morning, amigo. Can you do some tea on Casper Cas? I mean, I'm not really a TA guy. I don't really, I look at the charts in terms of the economic perspective and so on. And I have that opposite perspective where I look at the charts and I'm like, okay, this has happened before, therefore everybody believes it's going to happen again, and therefore the opposite is going to happen. Whereas most TA people say, this has happened before, therefore this is going to happen again. If you know what I'm saying, right? Because the hawkishness from Jerome Powell in the end of October saying that an interest rate cut on December 10th is not assured caused the market to correct, because they had already been pricing in for months and months since the summertime. We're all pricing in 3 rate cuts this year since the summertime. So when Powell implied that we might not get a rate cut in December, the market had to correct and turn red. And then the government shutdown caused liquidity to be sucked out of the market. So it was like November was red. So that pushed us below the 50-week moving average. So the 4-year cycle zombies, they say, okay, these are the charts. I'm going to trust my favorite TA guy. And because we dipped below the 50-week moving average, that means we're going to send into this 12-month bear market. So they start selling, you know? So it's something like that. So I look at it from that perspective. I don't really look at Casper and say, Casper, and, you know, say, okay, this is going to happen because of this. But what I can tell you about Casper is I think that it's going to be like a frustrating time, you know, for all of us with everything, not just Casper, but especially Casper. But it's going to be like a long haul. I mean, if we have a cycle top in 2027, you know, we have to wait for this burst of liquidity. We have to wait for QE. We have to wait for more drops of interest rates, and that's going to happen throughout 2026. And then we get that top in 2027. And Coinbase and Binance, and I know everybody's like egging on Binance and all this shit. I think it's just it's just like a show. It's like wrestling. You know, it's fake. You know, you know, Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com. I don't think they're going to list Casper until the big boys are sure that we're going to have a massive cycle top. And if they also think like me that we're not going to have a cycle top until 2027, then they're not listing it. I don't know. I think that I think the struggle between Casper Maxis and Binance right now is just like it's nonsense. It's like a game. I don't know. I mean, that's my perspective. And so far I've been right. I've been calling for a cycle top in 2027 for like at least 6 months. I mean, you have to check my videos, at least 6 months. Going back, way back, right? So everybody, you had some people warming up to the fact that this is not a 4-year cycle a few months ago, and they're talking about 2026. And I'm like, no. I still believe it's 2027. But we'll see. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. So what's going on? LFG, I will try to join your group, your Arrested Program group. Yeah, look forward to seeing you there, man. Yeah, we got some good stuff. Whenever we have a green month, we be flying, man. The amount of coins that be flying, whether we do a 10x or a 30x or a 550x like we did in September with MYX and so on. In October, we did 130x with DH and AI. We be flying when we get some green months. Green weeks, green months. This thing with Pippen is just, it usually happens in a green month. It's like, just like this time period right now is like, of this entire cycle of the last 4 years, these last few weeks are probably the worst, some of the worst, aside from the real crypto winter that we had in 2022, it's probably the worst time period because it's like everything is going wrong. Everybody's like crazy frustrated too. Everything is going wrong. So I don't know. But when we get a green month, because we're going to recover, I might look at that. Maybe I'll do like a deep dive, like a detailed video later about recovery over the next few months. Yeah, we're going to recover, and we're going to get like, even if we don't have any type of cycle top, or even if we don't have a strong run up, I mean, we're going to get a recovery rally and things are going to pump. So if Bitcoin goes up, you know, to like 110K again, doesn't make its all-time high, we're still going to be making multipliers. There's still going to be some coins in my community that are going to do like a 50x because the whole market is going to go up along with Bitcoin in that recovery. We'll say, I was looking around. This is actually kind of funny. So Bitcoin news. Is Bitcoin price being manipulated? So Andrew Tate, Caitlin Long, and Whale Panda seem to think so. So I'm like,
well, duh.
Well, no fucking shit, man. I thought this was crazy funny when I saw it, man. But yeah, just running through some things. This guy right here.
You know, we moved $16 trillion the other day. In one day, 16 trillion. It goes.
Yeah. So Jamie Dimon says blockchain is real, and now it's becoming more effective and efficient. I don't know, is this good or bad, right? So the banks are into blockchain, right? But they're not into crypto, right? So JP Morgan moved $16 trillion in one day. So
through our AML systems, our risk systems, sanction systems, fraud systems, OFAC systems. You know, it's cheap, it's fast. So we've always been using technology to do a better job for the client. And we're going to do the same thing in.
So you got to look into this. It's like, is this good or bad? You got to look deep into what he's saying right here. What they're excited about, these are the banks. These are the big banks, the ones that we don't like. You know, these guys are the enemy, right? They're looking to blockchain technology and they're looking at leveraging the technology, but they're not mentioning, they're not mentioning crypto. Like, they don't care about crypto. Like they are not adopting what we have adopted in terms of crypto. They are totally the enemy, right? So, make no mistake. No matter what they do, blockchain or not, they want total control. They have total control of their banking system, and they want to keep it, right? So what they've done over the last few years or so, whether it be 5 years or whatever, they've shown everybody that they can do whatever the hell they want and close people's accounts. They even did it with Trump. It was crazy, which is one of the reasons why the Trump administration is so bullish on crypto, because like when he lost against Biden, quote unquote, lost against Biden, they closed down, like his bank accounts were closed for like his golf courses across the country and so on. And it's like, okay, you can't do that with crypto. So anyway, they are the enemy. And then we have silver, which is all-time highs. So that's interesting. I hadn't even been thinking about silver. I've been doing a lot of comparisons to gold recently, but silver reaches all-time highs. I think, it's only a matter of the crypto market being next. You come in clutch, but yeah, you can beat those RRIs. Yeah, you can't beat those. Yeah, those, referring to what I said when it comes to, how they explode with multipliers, right? There will be a new narrative next bull cycle, like memes we had this cycle. Do we have like a narrative with memes? And was there really a meme coin season? Is that what you're saying? I don't think so. I mean, it was nothing. We didn't have much. I mean, we had some good pumps during that run up during the Trump pump last year, like 1 year ago. We were pumping really good, but what's going on? Good morning. Let's kick this market up a notch. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, this is let's do this. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It would be horrible if we silver holders be like, it'll be horrible if we don't get an interest rate cut, but if we do get the 25 basis point cut, it's still not good enough. So but we'll see. We're getting there. We got to break above that 50-week SMA. So I don't know. It might not happen this week. It might not happen for weeks, but we'll see. So 21 Capital CEO says, we're going to buy as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. So somebody tell this to the 4-year cycle zombies, that the big boys are still buying more Bitcoin. So they're selling at a loss. Some of the 4-year cycle zombies, they're selling at, in profit, but some of them are selling at a loss because they think there's a bear market. And they're selling to people like this. They're selling to the institutions, 21 Capital. So
we're going to acquire as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. I mean, I think it's crazy that we own over 4 times the amount of Bitcoin Coinbase does, and this is my first day in the public markets. But we also want to build massive businesses, and I think the markets will appreciate. Tether's no slouch to that. We're going to
somebody tell that to the 4-year cycle zombies and get us above that 50-week moving average. Ah, it's one of my favorites. We're talking about meme coins, right?
You do everything to chase the dream of owning a home, but nothing works out, does it? You invest, you work your ass off, and inflation eats your money while you still live in a cardboard box like a loser. Meet Housecoin, fuck the system, and live your dream of owning a home. And that thing you call a house? Blow up that worthless piece of trash.
Yeah, Housecoin. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Well, memes can't fade with time. It all depends on the meme. It's really difficult to know sometimes, because you might think the meme is, the meme, if they don't have any activity at all, or I'm not sorry, if they don't have any utility at all, activity, right, and they just rely on activity, like if they don't have utility and rely on the activity, and sometimes they're really active and then suddenly they go poof, they don't post on X anymore, and they sell and then they rug or something like that. It's difficult to know what project will do that, right? It's difficult to know. Like, will they stay around? The cycle top is in 2027. Will they stay around between now and then? Are they in it for the long haul? So a lot of memes will fade away. It's usually the bigger ones, the more blue chip ones are the better ones. I mean, I like Housecoin, but it came down significantly. Let's what is the market cap? Market cap is it's crazy low. It's 2.2 million, right? It's crazy. Crazy that it came down that low. But yeah, it's difficult. Like, who would have known that Pippen was gonna do what it did over the last couple of weeks? But I don't think in time, there's going to be a handful of memes. There's obviously there's thousands of meme coins, and there's going to be like a top 20 of them or top 30 of them that are going to do good, and people are going to make money off of them. And most of them are going to be trash. So speaking of trash, there's one called Trash Coin. We did 150x in my community on Trash Coin too. But yeah, some of them. I think one of the problem right now is the memes in terms of characters. Like, if there's some character, some frog or cat or toad or whatever, whatever it is, or some even a fish or a panda, name it. There's some character, right? There's just too many of them, and it's just becoming like white noise, and nobody really cares about them anymore. They just you gotta have a good concept. Like Housecoin has another concept. It's not a character. Uranus is another one. It's kind of funny too. Uranus, which is like the mascot of Jupiter Swap, which makes sense. Jupiter Swap, Uranus, and then they twist it around like your anus. There's a good concept, things like it's a completely different concept. Trash Coin is trash, things like that. But the characters are like overdone and overblown. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be any good characters coming out, any new good characters coming out soon. I think it's just whatever's there is there. Like Toshi, Mog, Turbo, just whatever's there is there. I think that Dog at Me, you go down the list of the things Keyboard Cat is pretty good because it's like the cat playing a keyboard. That. But they keep coming up with these random characters that have no connection to anything, and it's just too much. Buying after 63K. Well, we might not make it down to 63K. It all depends. You talk to a TA guy, you're like, we're definitely making it down to 63K. They'll tell you you're making down to like 35K. But we will, I'll tell you one thing, we'll definitely make it down to like 63K this week if we don't get an interest rate cut today. We'll probably start plummeting to 63K. But if we do get an interest rate cut, I mean, I don't know. When we really make it down to 63K, I doubt it. But we'll see. We'll see. I start worrying about these daily price swings. I'm DCAing right now. Utility coins and Bitcoin, I'm not touching. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get like new members of my community and anybody who joined the last month or so. I'm like, okay, here's a list. I'm like yesterday I sent out a list. I said, these are a list of my BNB tokens that are in the red today. Today, in the good buy zone. But just ignore the memes because you never know which one's going to stick around because, they could just fall off the face of the earth. Just stay away from memes for the most part. Yeah. Utility, yeah. Like Toshi, Toshi is Toshi has a launch pad. Toshi has a launch pad, like a pump fund, for base. So, it has utilities, things like that. If you see them doing things, if they have really, really good content, like video content, it's like not only AI, but real video content, that's a good sign. If they have some sort of utility, they provide something like Toshi has a launch pad, that means they got a team of people doing something. They have programmers, they have some, they're doing something. If they have some product or something, right? Also, they have merch. If they've taken the time to invest in merch and they have like a store and they're selling stuff, that's another good. There's a lot of the good things that would make you warm up to a meme more than just a random post every day, because you can have AI just make random images every single day, and just not even worry about it. And then when they want to rug you, you get rugged, So yeah, it's different, with memes. Housecoin, Housecoin has some unique video content, so that's a plus. And a strong community. What do they let me say? 2.9. So 3,000 members of their Twitter community, which is a lot. That means there's a community behind it, so there's community sentiment, and adoption and so on. What else we got going on? Yes, Clanker. I don't even look at Clanker like a meme coin. Clanker is like a launch pad for AI agents, right? I don't really see, unless you want to look at it like a meme, I guess. I don't know. US. Yeah, I said the U.S. car affordability crisis is deepening as new car prices eat 50,000, average car loans, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, if you look at it in terms of crypto, if you look at it in terms of sats, if you're stacking sats, right? The price of cars are actually getting cheaper, right? Because right now, one Bitcoin will get you a really, really, really nice car, even more than $50,000, right? Meanwhile, you have like 6-7 years ago, you would have to spend like 20 Bitcoin for that car. So it's getting cheaper. Depends on how you look at it. Obviously, getting more expensive because of USD, and USD is getting devalued. Keep talking about that. How everything is like double the price of what it was 5 years. I say it all the time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's almost double. Then I look at Bitcoin, and it's the same thing. Bitcoin is only caught up with inflation. Like we've been in the bear market this whole time. So if you compare it to gold, it really hasn't done much since last cycle. Let me check out Clanker. You got me curious about what type of let me go there. Let me make sure I got the right. See what Clanker is doing in terms of content. I only know them for utility. I don't know them for being a meme. What do we got going on? There's no X. Click on the website. There's no X profile at least listed on CMC. See if they have an X profile listed on DexGrader. Did I click it? There we go. What is Clanker doing in terms of social media? All right, Twitter is listed. Let's see what they got. Clanker on base, okay. Move to Clanker world, okay, interesting. No bird soars too high. If he soars with his own wings. I don't know, just like a simple profile. Yeah, there's no, as far as I can tell, there's no meme surrounding Clanker, yeah. Yeah, it's just utility. What else we got going on? If Bitcoin breaks above 100K, nearly 6 billion in short position will be liquidated. But will Bitcoin break above 100K? I don't know. We'll see. If we get that, we get 50 basis points a cut today, we definitely will. Reactive network? I have heard of this recently. I don't know from where. React. Oops. An ETH token. Got 10 centralized exchanges. Looks okay. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's just another one. Might be good. Oops. What did I just do? Reactive network. Markets. I don't know. I mean, any VCs? No, just some centralized exchanges. I don't know. Could be okay. Could be okay. We got so many plays in my community, right? So there's already tons of them that are going to be pumping. We're going to be all set. Speaking of which, click that link in the description below. I've been talking about some of the plays in my community and all these pumps where we've been getting and will get during the green month. So now's the time to join if you want to join. You know, so we got still a good deal on a one-time purchase, which is you know, better than a year, because it doesn't make any sense to buy the year if it's the one-time purchase is lower than a year. You can choose between premium and VIP, and you can get cheaper for VIP. You get all the tech, all the bots, all the software, all the all-time high alerts, all the centralized exchange, everything you got, the swing trading software. You just a lower tier, because if you have premium, you have direct access to me. You can chat about anything. So yeah, click the link in the description below. And I don't know if I showed this yesterday. I had some yachts. So like the primary goal, this is the primary goal of my community, is to get us all on a nice, beautiful yacht. So, and I was thinking, I haven't shown any picture. I only showed like the zoomed out picture of yachts, like, you know, looking through yachts on my live streams all the time. But here's some nice close-ups of yachts. So that's nice, right? So yeah, I mean, that is one of the goals of my group, to only make a lot of money, but to make a lot of money chilling on one of these things, right? And I showed this the other day too. This is massive. Look at, like, you even got helicopters all over the place, right? I thought there were two, and then I was like, okay, there's another one right here. I think this is a concept yacht. So, but yeah, it's crazy, massive, right? But yeah, you're gonna be part of the best group ever if you join, right? What else we got going on? Hold on. GYAI, yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of it's going to pump. A lot of it's going to pump. Look, crypto bros will do anything to save money, to buy more crypto. Exactly. Buy some more Jerry the Turtle, buy some more of everything, right? Look at that. Look at that. It's all broken and you're still using. That's crazy, right? Yeah. What else? What else? What else? Crypto will make me a millionaire this year. Me in December. It will come, man. I'm telling you, the frustration is there. The frustration is there. Everybody's feeling it. Everybody's feeling it. Even the long-term crypto investors have been around a couple of cycles. Like we've never dealt with something like this before. Especially now with this selling off. The long-term holders selling at our local bottom is bizarre. is one of the most strange things imaginable. And I was looking throughout history, like if this has ever happened before. Like something similar happened in mid 2021, where everyone thought the top was in, and everybody started dumping, which created that double top, right? So in April, we hit a top and then went down because of the pi cycle top indicator, and we just went down for 3 months and then recovered back up to another top. But this is unique in case, like, you have people that are selling at a local bottom. It's crazy, just because they think there's a 4-year cycle. It's crazy. It's like at least people in 2021 were selling at a pump. So yeah, man. Oh, this is funny.
How do you marry a
this is funny. See, I don't like Instagram is really.
A question like that. How do you
This
marry
is like
a woman?
Oh, I thought.
Bend you over. Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over? Are you gay?
I was like, what the hell? that one bro that panic sold all his crypto. If you guys know, you should find this. You should find this right on Instagram, right? If you guys know of any 4-year cycle zombies that sold early and sold at a loss, just send this to them. That'll be crazy funny. Nuts. Oh man. What are you saying? 50%, 50 basis point rate cut could be the only catalyst for an end of year pump. Anything less will prolong the market pain. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Because the market is already pricing in a 25 basis point cut right now. So that's why I think we're not really going to pump at all. You know, we're not going to pump much at all. It's just going to be like another day. I mean, we'll see what happens. I could be wrong. The expectation was that over the last week or so, the market would have already been pumping a little bit because we're expecting the 25 basis point cut. But again, it's not happening because the long-term holders are selling like crazy. They just don't stop selling. So, and I had been saying this since the summertime. I was thinking that, you know, that's when I came up with the term 4-year cycle zombies. I was thinking these people who believe in the 4-year cycle, they're going to create suppression on the market. As far back as August, I've been saying that. We're going to get these bunch of green candles, and they're not going to go up high, and they're going to keep on dumping at the slightest green candle. And it's actually happening. It's happening below the 50-week moving average. I thought it was going to be above the 50-week moving average, but you know, things happen. But they're doing it, and they're keeping the market down, and they keep on selling. Like we would explode if we get a 50 basis point cut in a couple hours. We would just explode. We'd break right through. Like that would be amazing. But you know, it's probably not going to happen. But we get that 25 basis point cut, it's going to be a struggle the next few weeks, maybe even a couple months. It's going to be a struggle to get back up. How long will the one-time purchase be there? Oh, how long will the discount on the one-time purchase? So you're saying how long is going to be that price? Definitely December. I had it on a discount. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some like unofficial Black Friday specials. I created the VIP membership, which is a lower tier, just so you can't DM me directly and so on, because you know I keep on getting hundreds of members. It's going to be overwhelming to have everybody DMing me. So I figured that's like a Black Friday deal, and then this I'm just going to keep low for, you know, throughout December. So it's like my extended Black Friday deal. So if you want to get in, you have it throughout December. And then I'm going to raise it, right? It doesn't make sense to have the one-time purchase. You know, you get a lifetime membership for $649, but the yearly is $699. So realistically, the lifetime membership should be like 1,500 or more. So this is like an extreme discount. Yeah. And if you want to get in at the VIP where you don't have access to DM me, there's a monthly and there's a 3-month. Nobody's joined this yet. People always join the premium now. Now that I even have the VIP, people join the premium. So we'll see. Oh, I don't know. Lo-fi, that's a SUI token, right? Lo-fi? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only SUI token that I have, oh no, that's not true. So that I publicly have is de-aging AI. I have another SUI token where I rotated profits from de-aging AI into that one, but I'm not going to talk about it publicly yet. That's for my members. And I think I do have another SUI token, but it's bridged on BNB, and I trade on BNB. Like 1 or 2 of those. But Lo-fi is not one of them. Am I familiar with Ghostware? No, I'm not. What is that? Is it a meme? Is it like, what is it? Ghostware. Sounds like software, to be honest. I don't know what it is. Be crazy if it's a meme, or maybe it is. Maybe they have a token. What is it? No, I have no idea what it is. Ghostware. Oh, it is here. Look, Ghostware OS. OS, yeah, operating systems. No, it sounds like sounds like software. I have no idea. Not too many centralized exchanges. Seems more like degen to me, I think. 2 million and not too many. Yeah, I don't know. Probably stay away. I don't know. How old is it? Well, all-time high. Came out in October. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, there's a lot of recent plays in my community with charts look like this. Everything's going down. Except Pippen. Everything is going down except Pippen, right? So, well, I guess today things are kind of going up since yesterday and so on. When I went live yesterday, I was like, it's bloody red out. You know, it was all red. And then like 2 hours after my live stream, everything turned green. I have this night token. Yeah. Pippen be ripping. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Ooh. Yeah. Pippen is crazy. How far are we? We're up like, I mean, it was like 10 million just like a month ago. It's crazy. So it was like 36x. Nuts, right? Wild, wild, totally wild. Roughly 30 million. It's the same thing like the previous one. About short positions being liquidated. So 33 million cash in short positions sit at the risk of liquidation if cash flow reaches the 6 cents level. Yeah, I mean, what is it right now? There's licked in. Let's go directly to Caspa's page. Caspa. Casper is 5 cents, yeah. Does it look 24 hours? Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, favorite privacy token, I would say Litecoin. Litecoin has an interesting privacy feature that they developed as of this cycle where you can choose, if you want to, you can choose to mask your wallet and when you send it to somebody so they can't look up your transaction history and so on. I would say Litecoin. Definitely not Zcash. Zcash is horrible. The tokenomics are horrible. Right? Definitely. I don't know. Everybody's after Zcash. Like a bunch of noobs after Zcash. Craziness. Zcash, if you look at the all-time chart, it's crazy. Like, this is the price. Like, if you bought back here, you're still not up. if you bought back here, like 8 years ago, you're still in the red. But if you look at the market cap, you would have to buy in, just like 3 months ago or something to be up. If you look at the market cap, right? Because you have to do like this. You'd be like, oh, I would have to have bought like back here, like 5 months ago, 6 months ago. But they obviously have some sort of, as far as I know, this is a proof of work, so I obviously have some sort of a pre-mine. And the insiders, the investors, the insiders are just dumping on the community, and they're making a chart look like this. It's crazy. Litecoin is not like that. So, yeah, definitely. I definitely became bullish on Litecoin recently again. I never imagined that, but it was like, okay, now we have the crypto-friendly administration. It's a made-in-America coin. Now, the institutions are eyeing it for ETFs. I'm like, okay, I'm bullish on Litecoin again. Why not? It's an OG. It's been around. It's one of the originals. And now it's like, I realized, okay, they have a privacy feature that they worked on like just 2 years ago. I'm like, cool. Yeah. Oh yeah, Casper notes past Litecoin. Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't know that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm long term on Casper. Yeah, I mean, I'm bullish on Litecoin, but I'm definitely more bullish on Casper than Litecoin, of course. But yeah, it's funny. Giant Bitcoin advertisement seen in Times Square. This is an interesting. No man should work for what another man can print. This is why. Yeah, exactly. No man should work for what another man can print. As we're just talking about cars being so expensive, right? I mean, if you're holding Bitcoin, cars are becoming cheaper, dramatically cheaper, right? So, oh yeah, that's it. What we got? When you buy the dip, it immediately starts to pump. Yeah, this happened like. I had some community members that joined like in the beginning of September, and they just caught a whole bunch of pumps. Like they've never joined. They were saying, everybody was talking, never joined a community where they just start making money like instantly, right away. I think what happened was at the very beginning of September, I did that 550X and MYX, and it became known and people sharing and talking about it. And then people started joining, and then we did like the 10X on Avantis. We did the 30X on Disco, Matt Furious Disco. We did like the 30X on Giggle Fun. We did, man, it just went on and on and on. There was a couple 4 and 5Xs. Then in October, we did the 130X and on de-aging AI. It's just crazy. When you give me a green month, I'll give you 100X or maybe 200 or 300Xs, right? just give me a green month, if you want all those multipliers, just give me a green month, pray to the crypto gods that we get a green month. But other than that, yeah, I mean, I had people just invest recently in Pippen. They saw me swing trade at Pippen and then bought into it, and then now Pippen is up like 30X. In the bear market. So nuts, right? Completely flabbergasted about that one. It's just crazy how that thing pumped. Anyways, guys, I love this video at the end. Woo! Yeah, when you've been training for 5 years deep and somebody says teach me for free. Woo! Yeah, that means you gotta join. You gotta join to get a hold of those. All those tokens are gonna be pumping like crazy. Because I have highly advanced bots that pluck them out. We get the best performing ones imaginable. But like I said, I'm not gonna be talking about them before they pump, right? At least before they do like a 10X or something. Those are for my community members. So get in. Link in the description below if you want to check out their website. The website is cryptorich.vip. And you can go here, check out the website. You can click on, you can see all the multipliers and see all the gains that we do. Like I said, 550X on MYX, and this is just this year. Like this is last year. You look at Filecoin right there, right? Turbo, I called Turbo. I got it like really early. It's crazy. But yeah, link in the description below. Let's pray to the crypto gods that we get a 50 basis point rate cut today. I'm probably not going to do it, but let's pray we at least get a rate cut, and you know, we're not surprised and we see no rate cut. That would be nuts. But I will catch you guys later.
Code Monkey, Code Monkey, Code Monkey Mike.